welcome to my channel. I'm Danielle, and this is a quick video on a popular saying in Hoodoo. Don't you dare look back. Don't look back. If you ever watched Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil, you know that scene where she tells, I can't remember the character's name, might have been John in the movie, but it was John Cusack, if I'm not mistaken, that played this character. And what's her name? Irma P. something played the root doctor, and she gave him some instructions and told him, don't you dare look back. And you can find that often when coming across hoodoo rituals. And so I want to break down what that means. You'll especially come across it if you're working in the graveyard and doing things like that, going to the crossroads. You walk to the crossroads, dispose of your remains or whatever you're doing, and you go home and don't dare look back. So what does that mean? Is something going to happen to you if you look over your shoulder? Are you going to turn into a pillar of salt? No. But why are you looking back? What would be the subconscious reason of looking back? What's behind you? What's going to happen? Nothing. Nothing's there with you. You ought to be doing stuff, during the bewitching hour. Going to small towns, doing whatever you got to do so nobody will see you, or do it the modern way. And some people will throw remains in the trash and different things and then just make sure the trash bag is removed from their house. But however you do it, why would you look back at the trash can? Doubt. Don't doubt yourself. That's what don't look back means. Don't second guess. Did you do it right? You have to have faith. You have to have confidence in what you just did. And if you don't fix that, that means you didn't spend as much time studying and preparing, maybe going over the steps in your mind, because I like to practice a ritual out in my mind so I won't stumble. But at the same time, I keep it spontaneous and just speak from my heart and pour my intention that way. And if you are doing that, especially if you are doing that, you're just speaking from your heart, which is completely fine. You don't have to have, these 10-page affirmations that you say whenever you do a spell. You don't have to have all these scriptures memorized if that's not you. You can just speak your intention from your heart. What is it that you want? And just let that energy flow. Which is great because you don't really remember what you said, which means it is now completely, in the realm of the subconscious. Your conscious mind can't even remember what the ritual was. So that's how you get your results faster. And so especially if you are just speaking from the heart, being really in the moment and spontaneous, yes, you did it right. Spirit knows. Okay, your ancestors know, your ancestors know, your deities know. Whatever it is that you are working with, it is feeling. It's not necessarily speaking English or listening to English or whatever language it is that you speak. It's feeling your intention. What it is that you're, that vibration, that's what it is reading. So you don't have a reason to doubt yourself. If you're taking the time out to prepare yourself, you're planning your steps, you're doing your research, getting those symbols right, you're understanding the symbology of what it is you're doing, and you cast your spell, there's no reason for you to look back. Looking back is doubt. No, you're not going to turn into a pillar of salt, but it's doubt. It's going to start affecting your work. You're second guessing yourself. That's how sometimes your work doesn't do anything. Because you spent so much time being attached to the work and the outcome that you never let your intention go. You never let it free off the chain so it could go out, do what it needs to do, and then matriculate back into the physical realm where you are and affect those changes. You kept it here in the physical realm with you when you worried about it, when you kept thinking about it. Did I do it right? Should I have said that? Should I have used a different candle? Maybe that wasn't the right combination of herbs. You are the magic at the end of the day. The tools are just that. They're the tools. You never have to have them. So if you're pure of heart, you spoke from your heart, and you know what it is. And now that's another thing. You got to know what it is that you actually want. You can't be indecisive. You got to know what it is you want, or you'll get some of anything back. You don't want that. You need to be specific. But you were specific with your intention. You spoke from your heart. Boom. Don't worry about anything. Don't look back. Don't doubt yourself. The candle colors is semantics. It's a process. It's going to take you years to figure out which colors are the colors you just need to work with. Sometimes, period, because it gets shit done. You got a relationship with these colors. Me and these colors go way back. Like 4 flats on a Cadillac. Okay? And it's just something about these colors, and no matter what it is I do, that spell is going to work. That takes a while. Not to mention the fact if you're coming from a different spiritual background, a religious background, before coming to witchcraft, you have to go through a process of deprogramming all of that. And depending on how long you've been in that old system, it's going to take some time before you rework and shed all of that and take on all of the new. Not to mention, your learning is going to be cyclical in whatever you do. You're going to keep coming around to things, and sometimes you're going to change your mind, change your relationship to different concepts, different tools. So it's going to take a while to figure out you and your magic and what is the ultimate and what works best. But in the meantime, that doesn't mean doubt yourself. It means make sure you're planning. Make sure you're being specific. You're putting your heart into it. Don't doubt it. Don't look back. And document and see what happens. And you'll see what you need to tweak. It's a learning process. But like I said, just because you're learning and just because it's a process doesn't mean you have to doubt everything you do now. Just go at it with the right intention. With humility. With knowing, okay, I don't know everything. I'm just going to give it my best. And have that attitude. And everything is going to work out fine. Everybody that these these gurus and these dumb daughters of magic had to start out somewhere. Everybody was a neophyte at some point. Everybody was a novice. Everybody was a beginner. It's a process. Have confidence now, though. So that is what that means. Don't look back. And another thing I wanted to add in that, too, don't look back. A watched pot never boils. So like going back to what I was saying, how you're like trapping your intention here because you're never letting it go out into the universe to do what it needs to do. A watched pot never boils. As soon as you turn, you can stare at a pot of water for a whole hour and it won't do anything. As soon as you turn your back and look, it's a rolling boil and you about to set the whole house on fire. And everything is about to, overflow all over the stove. Things as above, so below, as without, so within, okay? Some of these little nuances and things of our mundane life are an expression, because remember, this is just a symbol, okay? This is what they mean by this is an illusion. The physical is the representation of something subtler, something spiritual, something else. So that watch pot is symbolic of something larger. A little principle is at play. There's a reason why if you just stare at it, it won't do anything. And then you turn your back and boom, it's that letting go. It's that, okay, it's going to boil. Let me just go ahead about my business. So that's another thing I would say is the meaning of don't look back either. Another saying, a watch pot never boils. So that is it, you guys. I don't want this video to get too long, but I wanted to share that with you and hopefully help some of you guys let go and trust yourselves when you're doing these spells. Document. It's fine. If you got to fix something, that's part of the process. Okay, you should be able to fix things as well as get it right the first time. Because sometimes you got to fix stuff. And that's a part of life where you need to know how to do that too. So that is it, you guys. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.